Hey guys, I'm here with my January empties, and this empties it's not that big. It looks bigger in the video than it does like in person right now, sitting in front of it. And I did not think it was gonna be this big. I thought this was gonna be a really like light empties because we moved in January, like right smack in the middle. So the first 2 weeks of January, I really wasn't melting or burning much at all. The first 2 weeks of January, I think I only had like 1 or 2 candles in my apartment because I packed them all up and they were gone. They were getting ready to be packed away or like moving up to wherever I was moving them to. And then as for wax melts, I didn't have many of those either. All I had was that drawer in my January melting baskets video. That was the only wax melt I had in the beginning of January. And I didn't even really have my warmers because I moved those up to the house as well. So we closed, I think, the very end of December. You know, we got the keys, the house was ours. So we were able to bring stuff up to the basement, but they were doing work in the area of the house that we're staying in. So we had rented our apartment back from our buyer for 2 weeks while they did like the house that we're staying in and painted that and did the whatever renovations we needed in there so we can stay in this area while they renovate and redo the main house. We're doing the floors, we're painting, etc. So while we were renting the apartment, I didn't want to burn too many candles, even though our buyer's painting, I didn't want to have any like extra soot or we were renting. I didn't want to mess up the apartment that wasn't ours anymore. So I tried to keep burning and melting to a minimum. I also started a new job in January, so I wasn't really in the house as much. And then when we were home, we were really just literally moving. We only hired movers for our furniture. Everything else we packed up and moved ourselves. So I was taking everything from the apartment up to the house and back and forth and just wasn't home enough to burn or melt that much wax. And then what happened was when we moved, I started burning and melting like crazy. So if you've been watching my channel for the past year and a half, as long as I've been on YouTube, really, we've been doing this process of looking for a house and moving. So as you know, if you watch, I've been really hoarding stuff and being like, oh, I'll save this for the house. I'll save this for the house. And now I'm here and I'm really going through it. And especially because, the house just had a different smell. It's just someone else's scent that you're moving into. And I really wanted to get rid of the odors that I smelled in here and whatever muskiness I smelled and bring my own scents in. So I've really been going ham with the burning and the melting. I mean, we're in not the biggest space right now and I am burning more than I ever burned and melted in my apartment. So most of what you see in front of you is really from the last 2 weeks, the end of January, and while we've been in here. So 3 minutes in, let's just get into it. And I just have to say, every video, I love how much light we have in our home. In the apartment, it was so dark. It was a pre-war co-op and there were not many windows and there really was almost no natural light in my apartment. And now it's all natural light, no more videos with a flash. This is just natural sunlight here and I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna start with the Wallflowers first, and these were in the house. So our laundry room that we have right now is where the previous owners kept their cats, and I don't think they cleaned after their cats very well and didn't smell very good. We did bleach it down, which got rid of most of the scent, but we're gonna have to rip those floors up to really get rid of that cat pee smell. So I've had these 2 Wallflowers in there and they're doing awesome. They're really cleansing the air. These 2 are super strong, so it's just evergreen and twisted peppermint. So your mint and your Christmas tree scent, and these are kicking ass in there. They've been in there for almost the whole month now and they're still giving off scent. So I really like these Wallflowers. So there's that. And now we'll get into, let's just do from the front back. So we'll do the candles last. So I'm sorry if you're here for the candles. At least you can look at them. We'll get to those towards the end. I'll start with this pile of wax because I feel like this is an eyesore. These empty dirty bags. So first up is Country Lane Keepsakes Peanut Butter Frosting Cake. My friend Joanne sent this to me and it's been sitting in my melting drawer for months. I never really grab it. And then one time I did and I put it in the tea light, and it just wasn't that strong. But this almost smells like kind of sour to me, like a cream cheese buttercream type of frosting. And I don't know, there's just this little bit of a sour note that I can't really get past. I thought this was going to smell more like the Goose Creek's peanut butter sugar, which has like a perfumey undertone, but it didn't. It had more of like a sour undertone. So I wasn't really crazy about this, and that's why there's that little piece left in there. So yeah, that's Countryland Keepsakes peanut butter cake. I finished this. This was left over from my SuperTarts advent calendar. I do have a lot of these left over that I'll be melting in the months coming that were just like spa blends, not so Christmassy or like scents I really liked. So I only burned melted half the potion pack and saved the other half. So this was in Rudolph, and this was cranberry cobbler and cornbread. This was a really warm and cozy scent. I did finish this one in the apartment in the beginning of January. It just happened to be one of the little scragglers I had left behind after I moved all my stuff out of the apartment, and this was an amazing scent. It was really strong, it was really rich, really decadent, and while I enjoyed it, I don't think I would purchase a clam in this. It was just a little too decadent for me. I've always been like a fresh type of girl. Like fresh has always been my number one. Fresh and cologne are like my number one fragrance choices. But then I really liked bakery as well. But when I say bakery, I really mean vanilla. And bakery like this, like these really heavy foodie type scents. Bakery that doesn't have vanilla blended in it, I can kind of take it or leave it, or I have to be in the mood for it, or I have to blend it with something else. So that's why I wouldn't really buy a clam in this. Like just, if it's bakery, it has to be a vanilla bakery, or like a soft vanilla buttercream, or like a vanilla lavender or something. So next is from Wilma, and this is in pink peppermint, and my friend Lindsay sent me this one. I loved this. I love Wilma's wax. I'm going to be placing another order from her, and I do have a huge pack of pink peppermint still, and I think I'm going to order even more because this is just so good. I love this at nighttime to fall asleep with. The pink sugar really balances out the peppermint, so it's not too in-your-face minty, but I also like this in the morning, like a nice soft background scent. If I do 1 cube in my Mainstays warmer, which is 24 watt, it's great. It'll scent up this whole area. But if I really want it strong, or like in the evening, sometimes I like a stronger scent to fall asleep to. I kind of go back and forth. Sometimes I like stronger, sometimes I like background. But this scent in particular, I do like to melt 2 cubes in the evening, or do 1 pink peppermint and 1 just pink sugar. So Wilma's, if you do 2 of these little cubes, it's crazy strong. And if you do 1 of these little cubes, it's still strong enough to smell, but it's not like a pow in your face strong scent. So that's what I really like about her wax, is it is customizable even down to the throw. So Wilma's is an awesome vendor, would definitely repurchase, and that scent was great. And here's the pink sugar type that I mixed with it. Lindsay had also sent me this little bag. Her pink sugar is great. Sassy Girl Aroma still holds the #1 spot for my favorite pink sugar. Wilma's is a little bit softer. It's the same type of sweet pink sugar where it doesn't have that like astringency undertone that some pink sugars can have. It can be like, I don't know, a little too intense. This is nice and sweet like the SGA pink sugar, but it's just not as strong. You do need a minimum of 2 cubes to melt no matter what warmer you're using, because it's just a lighter scent in general. But I like to mix it with the pink peppermint and just amp up that pink sugar. And I love these labels. I think her labels, they just make me happy. They remind me of what my handwriting used to look like in high school. It's just so cute, so bubbly. And then next was Countryland Keepsakes Citrus Bath. And this is a dupe of Lush's Calacus or Calacus, however you say it. This smells exactly like that Lush scent, even down to like the soapy scent of it. Oh my God, this was so good. And this was crazy strong. Like I cut this into such little pieces. I even used this in a plug-in wall warmer, and it threw like a beast. This was so bomb. I would buy this again and again and again. I may have to place another CLK order just to get more of this citrus bath. I mean, her Lush dupes are spot on. I've had this one and I had her Rockstar dupe, and they're both insanely strong. Like these are the type of scents that make me love Countryland Keepsakes. Totally a repurchase for me. So, so good. Next up is Rosegirls Yoshi, the Red-Nosed Dino. This was from my friend Liz. And this is raspberry sauce and pistachio marshmallow fluff. This was such a beautiful fruity pistachio. Heavier on the fruity, but you still got that nice pistachio blend. This wasn't too strong, but this also was a year old. But it was strong enough that I could smell it. I did have this in my apartment, and it scented up my whole kitchen really nicely, but still being like a soft background type of scent. I really enjoyed this. I don't know if I would repurchase it because I like more of the amaretto type pistachio, the kind that smells like almonds, Di Serono, whereas this is more the fruity type, which I enjoy. I just prefer the other type of pistachio. So next, these two were also from, oh no, was this? No, this was from Liz. So this is Grandma Got Run Over by a Chain Chomp, also from the Rosegirls Christmas Melt. And this was blackberry jam, butter cookie, cotton candy frosting, and waffle cone. I was hoarding this. If you saw this in my melting basket video, I talked about it. This scent is phenomenal. I would totally buy a whole chunk bag of this. Like, this is the type of bakery I love. Oh my God, it's so that cotton candy frosting just gives it that almost like creamy vanilla undertone, like along with the waffle cone, and then just that like sweet blackberry fruitiness. This was such an amazing scent. I really like this. I could melt this all year round. This was such a decadent, creamy, fruity bakery. Really, really nice. Next here is strawberry jam, cream cheese frosting, and waffle cone. I think this was in a giveaway that I won. I don't really remember this. Oh, I do remember this. I didn't get much of a throw at this at all. I really like Rosegirls waffle cone. Her waffle cone smells like an ice cream shop, like that vanilla bakery smell, not so much that like burnt sugar waffle cone, because I don't really like that. I like more that creamy ice cream shop smell, and that's exactly what this is. Didn't really get the cream cheese, which is fine by me, because I'm not a fan of cream cheese and wax. And then that strawberry, just a really nice way to balance out. Just made this smell like an ice cream shop. I just wish it was stronger, but I don't know how old this was. Like I said, it was from a giveaway, so this could have been a little bit older. Maybe that's why I didn't have a throw, so who knows. I'm glad I had it, but I wouldn't repurchase it. This was from my friend Joanne. This was really nice. Sassy Girl Aromas Happy Camper. This is toasted marshmallow fireside, caramel, cinnamon, and sugar. This was like an amped up marshmallow fireside. Like marshmallow fireside with a little something something from that cinnamon sugar. Like caramel was more like a burnt sugar type of smell in here, which went really well with that like burnt fireside type note. This really smelled like a bonfire outdoors as opposed to like a marshmallow fireside dupe. It just really smelled like camping and roasting marshmallows and really getting that like outdoor woodsy cabin in the woods type vibe. And that's what I really liked about this, that uniqueness of really feeling like you were outdoors. Like, oh, it was just like crisp. This was so perfect for the fall. I just liked it too much that I couldn't even save it for next fall. I just wanted to enjoy it because it was that good. So I would definitely purchase this again, like in her chunk bags for this coming fall. This is an awesome scent and so strong. Little went a long way. So next up we'll hit the Clam Shells. Now this was from Bath & Body Works and Fresh Balsam, and I had said in my melting basket I didn't know if I would melt this because like I don't really do Christmas trees outside of December. Like I didn't want to melt this in January because this just smells like Christmas trees. But I have not had the Bath & Body Works wax melts. Like, I don't know, these are brand new, so I don't know, I haven't heard from anyone else how long they last for. So I didn't want to risk saving it until next year and then feeling like I wasted it. Like if I put this in December of next year and it had 0 scent throw because the scent just like faded away because these things don't last that long, I would have been really annoyed because I don't like to waste stuff, especially like something I'm spending my own money on. Like I don't know, that would have really irked me. So I was like, I'm just going to use it up. And I had it in my basket and someone commented and said that she would have melted it with the Better Homes and Gardens Sugar Lavender Twist, which is their pink sugar dupe. And I was like, oh, pink sugar and Christmas trees. Like, I'd never even thought of that, but that sounds really interesting. So I tried it, and it was so good because the pink sugar is so strong that it totally took over the Christmas tree scent and took away that vibe that Fresh Balsam is like a Christmas scent. But it still lended that clean pine type of scent. But with the pink sugar, it just made it smell fresh. and like pink sugar plus fresh and outdoorsy. And it was really beautiful. And I actually really liked the blend in the bedroom. And even my husband liked the blend of these two. So while pink sugar and fresh balsam sounds odd, it worked perfectly. Like if I was a vendor, I would be making my own wax right now in fresh balsam and pink sugar. Like it was that good of a blend. So it was great though. It was a great idea. It made me use up this fresh balsam so fast because I really like the way they smell together. Oh, here's Gatsby. Yeah, so that was a really great idea. So that was that. And next up here is the bathing garden. And this someone had sent to me, and this is Turquoise Loves Coconut. And this is agave lime water, fresh breeze blended with coconut. And this just smells really fresh and beachy, like kind of like coconut water, like not so much coconut the fruit, but straight up coconut water. Like if you get that Zico stuff, and with a freshness. This 1 cube alone is not that strong, but then 2 cubes is almost like too strong. So the best way to melt this was to use 1.5 cubes. And I just actually finished this up today. I have 2 cubes going in my Glade 20 watt warmer in the bedroom. And I don't know if I showed you guys, but in this guest house, I don't want to lift it up. I will at the end of this video, but this is just all like one big high ceiling. Like the guest house actually, it kind of looks exactly like this little cottage in the picture. So it goes up to a peak, and then the ceiling up here is all open and there's exposed beams. So every room except the bathroom shares the same ceiling, if that makes sense. So the scent can go up and like travel from room to room. So that's why I needed to, I'm using more wax than I ever used in the apartment, because the apartment, while it was like open and really high ceilings, these ceilings are way higher and just, you need more wax. And everyone always talks about the clamshells like kind of like morphing and getting really soft on the bathing garden. And as you can see, this is from December 2015. And these are super, super like, it's almost like you held a flame to them and the plastic started to melt. Like that's how soft and pliable this is. So I totally get what people are saying, like the fragrance oil like kind of works down the plastic. I don't know, it's really odd. So these are really soft and you can see all that like oil there, but this smelled really good. I would actually purchase this again. I feel like, you know, it's a little old. Maybe that's why it wasn't as strong, because 2 really is very strong, but this would be so beautiful for summer. But this house is so light and airy, it feels summery to me. So I don't really mind melting summer scents, even though it's January, and summer scents I can kind of do year round. But yeah, this was really nice. I would definitely repurchase this one. And usually, I typically don't like the bathing garden. It's like a little too complex for me, where it like almost smells like floral perfume or like old lady to me. That's kind of like the vibe I've gotten from the bathing garden. But this one was really nice. There are some scents from the bathing garden that I do actually enjoy, and this is one of them. So there's that guy. Of course, this video is going to be long. I'm sorry, I can't do an empties under 20 minutes. This was horrible. This is Better Homes and Gardens First Winter Breeze. This smelled like grandma's stale floral perfume and like old lady breath, like old lady wine breath. Oh my God. Which actually most florals remind me of old lady wine breath. This was really disgusting. When I first smelled it in the store, I thought it smelled like soap. And then when I first melted it, I was like, yeah, it smells like, again, going back to that like old lady vibe. Like if you go to your grandma's house and she has those like little, you know, those like seashell, like decorative soaps that like, you know, elderly people leave in like a soap dish and they're like just there for decorations, but they smell so powdery and like generic soapy and strong. I was like, oh, it smells like that. But then I melted 1 cube. I got 0 scent throw. So I put 2 cubes in my mainstays warmer and it like choked me out of like stale breath and perfume, and I was like, oh my God, this is awful. So it was just so disgusting that I couldn't even finish it. I had to put these 2 waxes right in my empties. I'm not going to use this, and like I wouldn't de-stash this. I wouldn't like burden any of my friends with this. I'm just going to throw it out. I mean, it was $2 at Walmart. I don't see the big deal. So that's that. Really nasty. Would not repurchase. So now getting into the tarts. So this is Candy Pandas Tea and Biscuits, which is iced lemon cookies and tea and cake. When we first moved in here, I really wanted all things. I'm going to save this polypropylene bag because it doesn't have any scent in it. It was just to like keep this tart from getting damaged. So I reuse these bags. I wanted all things lemon when we first moved in because it smelled like paint And then like a little musky from the people who were here before, because they never used their guest house. Like they were never in here. The furniture just got like old and stale. Like it never got any use. So it just had this like old stale scent to it. So I just really wanted like clean lemon type scents in here.